Hey everyone, I'm going to show you how we're going to clean this vanity today, doing the full mirrors, products, counters, and sinks. So the first thing I'm going to do with my rag, you always want to get a rag in a wet room, which is going to be a bathroom and a kitchen. You're always going to be cleaning with a wet rag. So you want to come under, make sure the water gets completely saturated within the rag. You can squeeze it out a little bit. And then I'm going to just spray some all-purpose spray so that I can clean the mirrors. The first thing I'm going to do is move things away from the mirror so that we can properly clean it. Next, you can take your rag with all-purpose to scrub the mirror. Now, where there's fingerprints or maybe dried on toothpaste, you are going to have to take a little bit more time to scrub. But otherwise, we're just going through with the wet rag to get all of our dust and get it a real good scrub down. We're going to use the squeegee to dry and clean the mirrors. So this will be the most efficient way for you to clean these large mirrors. So I'm going to be careful about getting water in the plug. I'm going to stay away from there. We'll go back with a dry cloth to polish it. Now with your squeegee, sorry, I'm going to step around you and get a rag. You do want a dry rag. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take it from the top of the mirror, bring it down, and we're just guiding the water down the mirror. We can come back later to get any streaks that might have left behind. So you just want to start at one side, make sure you're dragging it all the way down. You want to dry your blade in between so that you're not, it'll cause a mess if you don't dry your blade in between. So we're kind of just dragging all the water down, and then we'll clean the mirror at the bottom with our rag. All right, so now we've got the majority of the mirror completely cleaned. We are gonna get down there. Thank you, Natalie. I'm just going back with a dry cloth so that we can kind of get any streaks that were left behind. If you do see some lint and it's not coming off, it's because your rag has a little bit of liquid on it. So, you do want a completely dry rag. Now for the bottom part, we're gonna go through and just wash it down here. And just polish and dry the mirror. We also have blue mirror polishing cloths. So if you are having a really hard time getting all of the streaks and lint off, you can pull out your blue polishing cloth. So that's what we're gonna do for right now. Next, I'm gonna make sure I have my tools ready. So I have my rinse cup and my magic eraser. We're just gonna use a magic eraser for the sink. So I'm gonna throw those in there. Now, these are marble counters, so we are going to use our blue scrubby if we need to scrub. Otherwise, we're going to go back to our wet rag. So what I'm going to do is just spray the counters and sink down. I just got the mirror. I should have done this first, sorry. I do tend to try to spray all this down while the mirror's still wet, so it's my fault. It'll be a little bit more efficient for you. But I just spray all the open areas. And then you're going to use your wet rag to wipe down all of the products and the counters underneath. So I'm going to get that. Your products all clean. Clean the counters. Now, so far I'm not seeing anything on the counters that really needs scrubbed. So typically with a maintenance clean, you can just use a wet rag. I'm going to move my stuff and get the front part of this counter first. Sometimes you just kind of have to move things around. And then we can move our stuff from the back of the counter to the front. Now, when you have a tray like this, you do want to go through and clean as many products as you can, clean the tops, and clean the tray as well. So I'm just going to kind of move everything out of the way so we can get inside this tray. It looks like it needs kind of a deep clean. So we're going to take care of that today. So I'm going to move all of these. We can also clean them as we put them back in the tray. So with this tray, I'm just going to take it out. It's marble, so we're just going to use our microfiber cloth for it. we never want to use magic erasers on marble. So that's why we have our microfibers and blue cloths out. So I'm gonna set this over here so I can come back, get the counter underneath clean. Take my dry rag, get this part clean and dry so we can put the tray back. All right. Now we'll just put all of the products back and dry them as we go so that this back part will be completely done for us. We're, with all the products, we're just looking at getting any dirt, lint, and excess product off. You want to have the labels facing towards us and any spouts also facing towards us as well. Anything that needs polished, like a silver, we can polish. Back in order of their height, so we can get this all organized and looking nice. Okay. Now be careful. Always use both your hands. That one just kind of slipped out. I'm very glad it didn't break. If you do break something, you'll just want to take a picture and notify the office right away and notify the client if they're home. If they aren't home, we will leave a note for them so that they don't just find it and they're surprised, you know. Alrighty, so I'm getting all that stuff back. And now we're gonna continue with our counter. So I'm just gonna come over, get the last little bit. Alrighty, so now our counters are good. We can put our stuff back up here. We will dry the counters in a little bit, but I'm gonna go straight to the sinks and clean these out. We've already sprayed in the sinks, so anytime you use your magic eraser, it does need to be wet. If there is excess stuff to scrub at, you do want, like excess soap scum and things like that, you do want to put a degreaser on, like a dish soap. But with this regular maintenance clean, you know, the magic eraser wet by itself is doing a great job with our all-purpose in the sink. Now, if you can see the sink over here, a lot of these sinks have drain holes on this side, so you definitely want to make sure to pay attention to those. And then we're just gonna scrub the sinks down, scrubbing at any buildup or stains that we see. And then you can take your toothbrush, get around the drain around the faucet if needed. And then what we're gonna do is take our rinse cup and we're gonna rinse the inside of the sink. Now we're not gonna dry the inside of the sink, we're just gonna get the tops and the faucet dry. So go around here, make sure that everything is completely rinsed down. All right, and then I'm just gonna move right over my next sink. Scrub this out, rinse it, and then we can just dry the tops and counter, and we'll be done with this vanity. So you always want to make sure you're getting more water on it. Now when you do scrub with a magic eraser, whatever scrubber you have, you do want to apply pressure. And depending on what you're scrubbing, if it has a grain, you're gonna wanna always scrub with the grain. But like the porcelain sink or tiles, I like to kind of scrub in a little circle and just make sure I got everything scrubbed down. So next I'm gonna rinse this off. All right, now if you still see something, you can just rinse it down again. I'm gonna grab one more clean cloth because this one kind of had some lint on it. So a dry clean cloth to finish off the job, which is just going through, getting the mirror dried and polished where it's needed, drying off the counters. If the products do need dry, like polish, you can dry those, but otherwise, you know, they will air dry just fine. I'm gonna start putting my stuff back in my caddy as I go. This is her hair tie. Just polishing the faucet up and then getting the tops. A few more things fell in the sink, so one last little dry. All right, so that's a vanity.